Welcome back. This podcast explores the wisdom of generosity from ancient to modern and the beautiful space where generosity occurs. There are days that if we are not laughing, we are crying. Those are the times for a bit of dark humor. So this week I am reading from a play, The Modern Husband by Henry Fielding, published in 1732. To quote the prologue, "In early youth, our author first begun to combat the follies of the town. Her want of art his unskilled muse bewailed, and where his fancy pleased, his judgment failed. Hence your nice taste he strove to entertain, with unshaped monsters of wanton brain. He taught Tom's thumb strange victories to boast, slew heaps of giants, and then killed a ghost. To rules or reason he scorned the dull pretense, and fought your champion against the cause of sense. At length, repenting frolic flights of youth, he once more flies to nature and to truth. In virtue's just defense aspires to fame, and courts applause without applauder's shame. Impartial let your praise or censure flow, for he brings no friend, he hopes to find no foe. His muse in schools too unpolite was bred, to apprehend each critic that can read. For sure, no man's capacities lost ample, because he's been at Oxford or the Temple. He shows but little judgment or discerning, who thinks taste banished from the seats of learning. Nor is less false or scandalous the aspersion, that such ever damned their own diversion, but poets damned like thieves convicted act, rail against the jury and deny the fact. Tonight, yet strangers to the scene, you'll view a pair of monsters most entirely new, to character scarce ever found in life. A willing cuckold sells his willing wife. But from whatever clime the creatures come, condemn them not, because not found at home. If then true nature in his scenes you trace, not scenes that comedy to farce debase. If modern virtue detestable be shown, and vicious as it is, he draws the town. Though no loud laugh applaud the serious page, restore the sinking honor to the stage which is not for low farce designed, but to divert, instruct, and mend mankind." Unquote. And to this play by Henry Fielding, the subtitle reads, quote, "A rich man without charity is a rogue, and perhaps it would be no difficult matter to prove that he is also a fool." Unquote. When our work feels like a dark comedy or a nightmare, we can remind ourselves that past generations faced similar challenges. They too saw folly perceived as brilliance. This is why, in 1732, Fielding wrote, "A rich man without charity is a rogue, and perhaps it would be no difficult matter to prove that he's also a fool." Let's reflect on one question this week. There are times when stress is only relieved by a bit of dark humor. How will you gather with your community of friends and colleagues to laugh at the absurdities we face in our fun development work? Share this podcast if you enjoy these 5-minute reflections, and subscribe to receive these reflections released every Monday. To explore fundraising coaching deeper, visit servingnonprofits.com. See you next week.